Oh, hello. Thank you for joining me for Veg with Lisa live. I'm Lisa. This is most definitely live. And today we are going to milk our own nuts. But before we get started, please type in the comments, say hi, let me know that you are here and that you can see me and that you can hear me because I talk to myself too much as it is. All right. So today I want to talk about something that I get asked about a lot, and that is non-dairy milks. So, what to do if you don't want to have dairy for whatever reason? And I definitely fall into that camp. I don't really think it's all that great for us. There's a lot of saturated fat in dairy. There are studies, very credible studies with large people involved, the however many subjects involved. There we go. That show that dairy can lead to increased breast cancer risks for women and increased prostate cancers for men. Actually, men can get breast cancer as well. Um, the hormones in the milk that we feed the cows. Anyway, hi Joe. I think Maeve. Oh, hi Maeve. Thanks for watching. I think if you want to enjoy dairy, it's best in small amounts. Like I love my cousin Di's homemade goat's cheese. She raises the goats, she milks the goats, and she makes her own cheese. But for the most part, I leave it to that. And if I'm going to use milk for a latte or in a recipe or in a creamy soup, I use a non dairy milk. Now, not all non dairy milks are created equal. And this comes up a lot, especially in my cleanse, which is getting ready to launch for the spring, because non dairy milks, if you're not careful and read the labels, are vegan junk food. I do not believe that all vegan food is created equal either. I think sometimes we throw the baby out with the bathwater and maybe be a little pious about, oh, I'm not going to eat beef, so I'm going to eat a, Beyond Burger or whatever, or I'm not going to drink milk, I'm going to buy some almond milk. But if we're not really careful about what we're choosing, it's probably less healthy for us than had we just gone for the real thing. So, before I do some preparation here, I want to read to you. I didn't buy these. I have a ton of stuff to show you today, but I didn't want to buy a bunch of this stuff because I didn't want it in my kitchen, to be honest. But I went to the grocery store and I looked at the labels of some really popular non dairy milks. And the first one I picked up was at Whole Foods, and it's their 365 original almond milk. So it said nothing about sweetened or anything, original almond milk. Listen to the ingredients: organic almonds. Okay, great. Organic cane sugar. The second ingredient, sugar. The second ingredient. I mean, I don't want sugar in my milk. Like if I do, I can add sugar myself, right? And then it goes on, I don't know, a bunch of stuff that I don't even know what it is. Tricalcium phosphate, that's probably not too deadly. Gellan gum, like I don't even know what that is. Ellie is in the house. Ellie, we're milking our own nuts today. Um, Organic locust bean gum, and then there's a bunch of vitamins and minerals. I don't know. I'm not thrilled about that. Then I picked up another carton, very popular. This is the Almond Breeze brand. And if you go to a coffee shop, you've got to ask them what they're using. I literally ask them to read the carton because I'll say, is it sweetened? Yeah, Ellie says almond cow all day. Me too. Ah, the sweat sister nuts are in the house. Lori, hi everyone. Thanks for joining. Anyway, when you go to a coffee shop and if you want to get an almond milk latte, you've got to ask them what's going on because Starbucks, both their almond milks and their soy milk, I think in their soy milk, sugar is the second ingredient to water. I mean, come on. You might as well just call it sugar milk. Anyway, Almond Breeze are a really popular brand, especially in coffee shops for lattes. First ingredient, almond milk. Second ingredient, sugar. And again, with the gellan gum, sunflower lecithin, I don't know. I'm not super impressed. Okay, the third one that I picked up that gets the thumbs down. Not like me, I should have gone the thumbs up first, right? But these are the thumbs down because I want to really drive this point home so that you're tempted to milk your own nuts. Oat milk, all the rage these days. And there are these barista blends in all the coffee shops. Well, here we go. Oatly, a very popular brand. First ingredient, oat base, which is just water and oats. Cool, I'm down with that. Second ingredient, low ursic. I don't even know what that word means. I've never seen it before. I didn't even bother to look it up because it is an adjective for what comes next, rapeseed oil. Do you know what rapeseed oil is? It's canola oil. So there's probably not much in there, but if you are having a latte every day or pouring this on your cereal every day, do you really want to be having, a shot of an inflammatory, very bad for you oil? It's not even organic. It's probably the poorest quality ever in your daily diet. I didn't think so. So what is a girl to do? Well, first of all, you can buy a better quality product. And that all you got to do that is read your labels. And yes, we are going to milk some nuts, but stay tuned. I want to show you. I forgot to get these out of the fridge earlier. What I found at the store. Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm still here. My kitchen's so large. It took me forever. Okay. What exactly is canola? Great question. Thank you, Emily. Canola was the marketing name for rapeseed oil because canola oil is rapeseed oil, but they thought that rapeseed wouldn't go over very well. Duh. So they changed it to canola. Well, apparently, since canola oil now has such a bad name, at least the folks at Oatly thought it would be better to go back to rapeseed. I mean, come on. If you can't just call it what it is, I think that's a big enough problem right there. Okay, but now let's go for the thumbs up. So you will find your own. It depends on where you buy your groceries. But here are some of my favorites. This brand is awesome. Malk, M-A-L-K, because I think the dairy board also got on the nut milk people because they didn't want them calling it milk. Whatever. Call it milk with a Y, call it malk. Here's what's in this one. Filtered water, organic almonds, and Himalayan pink salt. That is it. No rapeseed oil, no canola oil, no gargum, no gellan gum, no blah, blah, blah. Folks, what's wrong with good old-fashioned soy milk? It does not give you cancer. It does not give you man boobs. In fact, populations who eat higher percentages of organic whole soy products have fewer incidences of cancer. So this is an old-fashioned one in the aseptic container. The aseptic container milks are often less expensive. Here are the ingredients on this one. If I can find it. Oh, duh, right here. Purified water, organic soybeans. That is it. And this has 12 grams of protein per cup. I mean, two fantastic options. Also, I forgot to get it, but Trader Joe's makes a really great almond milk with just water and organic almonds. They make a great oat beverage, they call it, that's just oats and water. Just read your labels. Okay, but shall we milk some of our own nuts? Okay, I do indeed, like Ellie, use an almond cow, and it looks like this. But I've been told that these are out of stock. I'm delighted. I hope that you are all buying up almond cows. These are super simple. All you do is you put your almonds. You don't have to soak them. Where'd the thingy-majiggy go? Yep, like this. You put that on. Oh, it goes the other way. Usually it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey there. Righty-loosey, lefty-tighty. You pour some water in there. You push the button, it goes meh, 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 and you have all of this beautiful homemade almond milk. You can add dates if you want sweetener. I prefer to leave it unsweetened in case I want to make a curry or something. You can always add sweetener later. But since some of you have been telling me I don't have an almond cow, and I get it, that's fair, I want to show you what I did for years before I got my almond cow. I made my own milks with a high-speed blender. Now, today I have a Vitamix, which is what I'm going to use to show you. But for years I didn't. And I just did this in a blender. It's totally possible and it's no big deal. You can think of it as a meditation. Okay, so one advantage to the almond cow is you don't have to soak your nuts. to make your own, you do. So I did this. I like, my favorite blend these days is cashew, almost all cashews, with just a little bit of unsweetened coconut. Now, while we are talking about reading labels, make sure you read the label if you buy coconut and this is unsweetened. I like to use this version instead of that canned coconut milk because that's really high in saturated fat. So again, it's up to you, but get creative and try something new and you might just like it better. I like this better. So I've soaked my cashews and a little bit of coconut overnight. And if you forget to, you can just do it in hot water. You're just going to drain that off, and my hands are clean. I'm going to scoop my coconut around in there. And I'd probably discard that soaking liquid. And then because I do have a Vitamix, I'm going to use it. But if you don't have a Vitamix, you don't have to worry. You can just use a high-speed blender. I did it for years. The blender was like 15 or 20 years old. I think I got it for my wedding. It actually lasted longer than the marriage too. But now I have a Vitamix. I have something shiny and new, a new Vitamix and a new man in my life. Well, Rob's been around for a while. Longer than the Vitamix. Okay. Oh, I forgot the water. I got to talking about Rob. Water. In it goes. And again, you can put a couple of dates in here. You can soak some dates with your nuts if you want. I don't, because I like to sweeten after. Now, I'm using all of my favorite tools. Hold on to your hats. If you have a regular blender, use it. Okay, that's probably good. So what you have to do, let's see, if you're doing your own, it does require straining. So that's another great thing about the almond cow. You don't have to strain. But if you're making your own, again, no big deal. It just requires a few extra steps. So you soak, you blend, you discard your soaking liquid, and then you can buy these fancy schmancy nut milk bags. I have some, but I don't know where they are because I use my almond cow. Or you can just use a piece of cheesecloth or a thin tea towel. Yeah. This is so cool. I love this part. Oh my gosh. Look at how frothy that is. Can you see that? It's so beautiful. I could just got milk, drink it right out of there. All right. And then you will need to drain it. So again, no big deal. Cheesecloth works really well. If you have one of those nut milk bags, you can use them. How am I doing? Oh, so see, the truth of the matter is I couldn't find my cheesecloth or my nut milk bag before veg because again, I use the almond cow, but look at this. You can actually milk your own. I grew up in Iowa. My uncle had a dairy farm. And I remember going into the farm and him milking the cows like that and then telling me to open my mouth because he wanted to squirt it in. Oh, that terrified me. All right, but this is enough to show you. Then I get to use one of my other favorite kitchen utensils, a funnel. And watch this. Check this out. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful, fresh milked nut milk. So you can see it actually made a whole picture, but I'm not going to bore you. And I'm going to show you up here how delicious this is. Let's see if I can get a milk mustache. Got nuts? Milk them up. This is absolutely delicious. Seriously, read your labels, give it a try, buy yourself an almond cow, get on the wait list, or use your high-speed blender that you got from your first husband's wedding and milk your own nuts. Thank you, nuts, for joining me for Veg with Lisa Live.